Schools are starting, COVID-19 is here, and we live in a crazy social media world. Whew. Welcome to this week's 5-minute tip of the week, and it's all about Corona. First of all, let's get something straight right now. Schools can do everything possible to keep services clean, require masks in hallways, and social distance till the cows come home, whatever that means. But the good old Corona will find its way to invade your pristine castle at some point. We live in a nutty world right now. We are so polarized, and the mass media is only fueling the fire. And quite frankly, Christians are seeing it hit really close to home in recent days. Bibles are now being burned in American streets, not in Yemen or Iraq, but streets right here in the United States of America. So what does that tell me? It tells me that Christian schools need to be above reproach in everything that we do, and we don't make it easy on the world to tear us and our ministries down any more than they usually do. So what specifically can schools do to be above reproach, in this area at least? Number one, clearly articulate what your school has done to clean and sanitize. Did you hire a professional company to come in? Did you purchase new cleaning equipment or other materials? Did your staff get special safety training? Let your parents know. Put it on social media, email it out, mention it at orientation and every parent meeting. Be on the front edge of this. Assure parents that you realize COVID is serious and that their children are important, and you are taking responsibility seriously. I cannot emphasize this enough. Let your parents and your community know what you've done to get your campus ready for the precious young people that will be attending your school this fall. Number two, clearly articulate the plan moving forward. Was your return to school plan easily understood? There are two keys in this particular area: clear and compromise. What do I mean by that? Clear. Did parents read it and say to themselves, okay, that makes sense, and I can tell they actually put some thought into that? And compromise, did both the mask promoters and the anti-mask folks feel that you addressed their concern? I totally understand that you will not make everyone happy. As a former head of school, I just knew that every decision that I made would be met by both cheerleaders and detractors. That is leadership. The good leaders are constantly and clearly getting their message out. Can you help both parties come together? Well, not 100%, but a decent amount you can. Maybe it's wearing masks in common areas like lobbies, hallways, and auditoriums. Maybe it's not wearing them while seated at their desks. Maybe it's purchasing inexpensive plexiglass desk dividers, sort of like those cardboard ones that the schools used in the 1980s to prevent cheating on standardized testing. Remember those? Maybe it's having smaller chapel groupings or eating lunch in the classrooms, and maybe it's having the students stay in one desk all day and having the teachers rotate. May I add, be consistent. What you say you are doing, do. Don't have policies and then not enforce them. That tells parents that you are not to be trusted and that what you say is not what you mean. Not a good message. Number three, do you have a plan for your first Corona case at your school? It's going to happen. Have you discussed it with your board and administrative staff? The key is prepping your parents. In addition to letting them know all the above information that was just mentioned, you can add that you are prepared in the probable case of an infection. Give them the protocol, the number of quarantine days, the standards for returning to school, and how the schoolwork will be accomplished. This is a freebie. Did you have parents and students sign a COVID-19 coronavirus waiver? As a former head of school, I was always looking for additional ways to cover my bases, and this is an easy one. Do all waivers hold up in court? No, not exactly, but do they act as a decent deterrent? Absolutely. I would definitely have my parents and students sign a liability waiver specifically dealing with COVID this year, and then I would add it to my regular waiver form for future years. It's all about communication. You can seldom over communicate, but you can easily lack clarity. Clearly communicate and pray a lot. In other words, do what you can do and leave the rest to God. That is life in general, isn't it? Well, contact me with any questions, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much.